Hey Kim, how are you doing today?
I'm okay, getting through.
Gotcha. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad we get to meet each other today. Just for some background, my name's McKenna. I've been here at the agency for about 2 to 3 years now. I'm about to get my master's, so pretty excited. I am glad you're here. I do have to go over some things real quick. Confidentiality is one of the things, so I'm sure you kind of know this before, but I can't tell anyone anything we talk about here unless you have any desire, you express desire to harm yourself or harm others. Other than that, whatever we say here stays between us. It goes, if you see me writing down, it's just for you to go in your notes afterward. Notes are just for me to refresh myself on what we talked about, and that way we can keep on track for next sessions. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Awesome. So, kind of walk me through why you're here today.
I've been married for 5 years. My husband and I got along great. Um, but all of a sudden, we're heading for a divorce now. We've been divorced 7 months.
Oh,
Um, my parents and his parents, they aren't getting along. There's a big um interracial mix between my parents, himself, and myself, and just the culture differences is driving a wedge in our relationship, which caused the divorce.
wow,
So
that's
I'm kind of bummed about that. I can't really eat healthy. I'm just eating little meals every other day. My sleep schedule is off. I used to sleep a good 7 to 8 hours a day. Now I'm barely getting two, if one, some days. I've lost almost 60 pounds since this divorce. I don't know where the weight is going, I guess, because I'm not eating. I'm just sad all the time. I don't want to. I was in a travel group with my friends, and every 6 months we would take a vacation, and I haven't been in the past year. Just really don't want to do anything.
so you got divorced, let's say 7 months ago, right? Did
hmm
you notice a lot of these symptoms occurring around that time?
Yeah, like I would say maybe a year ago, because leading up to the divorce, I felt some of this too.
Totally. And how about problems in your marriage? Did you kind of notice some symptoms occurring while you were still married? I know the kind of year before you said, but anything before that?
Yeah, kind of right off the back when we first met and our parents met, we kind of seen the distance and the separation because his parents didn't want to really mix with my parents, and it just wasn't a good first interaction.
So, do you mind me asking what ethnicity do you identify as?
Yes, I identify as African American, but my mom is Caucasian and my dad is Jamaican.
And so I know you said cultural differences across families. So
Mhm,
how about your husband?
mhm.
What were his parents?
Yes, so his mom is Puerto Rican and his dad is German.
Gotcha. So what were the problems they were seeing between them?
Just problems over little things were turning to big things like meals, like which culture will we eat from? And then that was always an argument of, well, I don't like this food or that food's too spicy. And just little things like that will blow up into bigger things, and then the whole culture differences and discussion will come up just based off something small like restaurant choice.
Yeah, this sounds like that was really stressful for you to kind of navigate because sounds like you were in the middle a lot of it.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen a counselor or ever gone to treatment before in general?
Yes, I did once. We went to marriage counseling together to
Okay.
try to figure out how we could get our parents out of our relationship and just more focus on ourselves.
Okay.
So that worked for a little bit for a couple of months, but then the same issues came back up.
Do you know about when you saw that marriage counselor?
Yes, that was 2 years ago.
And for about how long did you see her?
We went to maybe about 5 or 6 sessions.
And you said you did feel like you were making progress?
Yeah, it was helping for a little bit, but then the very next meeting with all of our parents came, the same issues came back up again.
Did you kind of stop going after that parent meeting, or was it a little after?
We kinda stopped going after that because we figured we tried to work it out, then the very next time it's back to the same thing, it must not be working.
Yeah, it sounds stressful for you all too because you are trying to make changes, you're trying to better everything, and sounds like it felt like it was kind of coming to a halt. So I'm sure that was really hard to go through.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any thoughts around self-harming or suicide?
No, I haven't. I
Okay.
haven't thought of harming myself.
All right. And then how about family history? Do you know if your parents or if anyone before them kind of suffered from any kind of mental illness?
Yes, my mother suffered from depression. Depression runs on my mother's side of the family very deep. My grandmother, my great grandmother, cousins, aunts, they all suffer from depression,
And have they been diagnosed?
severe depression. Yes, they have been diagnosed with severe depression. My father has bipolar
Wow.
disorder. So.
Walk me through what it was like growing up a little bit. How was your childhood?
So my childhood was okay. My parents did have the occasional argument or disagreement, but nothing physical or abusive in any way.
Okay.
Um, I have siblings, my younger brother and my older sister, so we all got along great as well, and there was no like major family issues.
And you grew up here in the United States?
Yes, we
Okay.
did.
How about children? Do you have any right now?
Yes, I have two children, ages 16 and 8, a girl and a boy.
Okay. How is your relationship with them right now?
I'm very loving and doting over my children. They're really the highlight of my life.
Yeah, it sounds like being a parent's really important to you. Um,
Yeah.
are they living with you right now, or kind of what's the situation like?
So they're currently with me at the moment, but they do have visits with their father every weekend.
Okay. Are they with him for the entire weekend, or is it more like more of a visit situation?
They're with him the entire weekend, but once a month on a weekend, we try to do things as a family, just to give them that still whole family view.
In your relationship with your ex-husband, do you feel like you all are pretty cordial to each other, or is it hard to communicate?
We're cordial regarding the children, but any other family activity is kind of hard to communicate because he takes his parents' side and I take mine.
Gotcha. And then how about, I know you said eating hasn't been really something that you've been doing consistently as much as you would like to. How about any other coping skills that you've used? How about hobbies? Do you read? Do you sew?
So for hobbies, I kind of like to just go out and just go for a walk.
Okay.
Um, I just haven't really been into like my main hobbies and things I enjoy, like my friends groups or anything.
Yeah.
So I recently just been walking, getting some time to clear my head out in nature and fresh air.
It sounds because you're so involved as a parent, whenever your kids are not in the house, whenever they're with their dad for the weekend, what is it like for you? Are you pretty much, you stay in the house? Do you try to get things done? What are your feelings?
I'm pretty much in the house. Those are some of my saddest times because my pride and joy is no longer here to keep me busy and upbeat and happy. So those are really my sad times where I just stay home, don't even turn on the TV, barely getting out of bed, and just lay there,
Of
fall
course.
asleep.
Yeah, I mean, because family sounds like it's so important to you. How about your parents? Are they involved in your life right now? Do you all communicate often?
My mom checks on me daily because she knows how difficult this is for me. But other than that, I see my dad every now and then. He comes and picks up the kids, takes them on bike rides and things to still have that grandfather interaction. But that's pretty much it.
Does it bother you your ex-husband's parents being involved with your kids? Does that bother you at all, or are you pretty okay with it?
I'm kind of indifferent. As long as it's supervised, like if their dad's there supervising his parents, making sure they're not talking bad about my parents or me, I'm okay with them seeing that side of the family, their grandfather and grandmother. But I just would really like my ex-husband to supervise it.
Of course, that makes sense. So let's go through medications and medical history. Have you ever had any major surgeries, any major medical events that we need to make sure we highlight?
No,
Okay. How about medications right now? Are you taking any medication for even seasonal allergies?
no, I'm not taking any medications. I take a multivitamin every here and there, but nothing regularly that's prescribed.
Okay, awesome. Any history of hospitalizations, any injuries?
No,
Okay, and then how about birth with your children? Where did that go pretty smoothly? Any complications?
no, there were no complications with birth or pregnancy.
Awesome. That's good to hear. I know it can be really difficult for a lot of people. Okay, so thank you for being so vulnerable with me and for sharing everything you're going through. It sounds like this is a really transitional and pivotal moment in your life, but you are working through it however you can. And I want to let you know that it's probably very stressful being a parent and going through everything you're going through, but you're doing what you can do right now, right? You're taking care of yourself. The fact that you're even seeing me today is a really big sign of strength and perseverance. So I want to commend you for being so brave. Um, what I would like to do is I would like to see you about once a week. We'll try it for about 2 months, I would say, and then we'll see where we go from there, right? Hopefully, we make some great
Okay.
progress in those months. If we don't, that's okay. We can work from there and we'll work on some interventions during that time and see whatever you really need. Any questions for me right now?
No, you've been very thorough, and I also appreciate you for taking the time with me today. I feel even better just from this first session. I feel like I got a lot off my chest, and I really feel comfortable meeting with you. I look forward to our next session.
I look forward to our connection too. I will set us up for next week. Does the same time, same day kind of work?
Yeah, it does.
Perfect. Okay, you will get a message saying that's confirmed, and then I will see you next week.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.